Good evening, everybody. If you're feeling warm and welcoming, go ahead and chat something. Let us know you're there. Happy to be here tonight with you. My name is Ron Williams, CEO of Uforia, and I am tonight very honored to be in the home of Mr. Eric Worre.
What's up? How you doing, everybody?
We're just having a good time here, kind of, just launching a new company tonight, kind of a thing.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
He's just launching a dream.
Yeah, just not nervous at all. Just really comfortable and peaceful right now. Sweating like crazy. But what a pleasure it is to be here. First of all, I want to say welcome tonight to all of you who've joined us tonight to make history. Been doing this a while, and one of the things I'm most proud of is that always I've been seeking to create a home. Not a moving target, not a motel, not a boy band, something that's a home, something that we can all be proud of, something that our children could be proud of. A lot of the decisions that are made in this company is the decision makers. What would our children think of some of these decisions or all of these decisions that we're making? So this is a very special night, a very special program. Tonight you're going to hear and see things you probably have never heard and seen before in our profession. So I'm very privileged, Eric, to be with you tonight and to bring, we've all heard the phrase, show me good training, I'll show you a great company. Right out of the gates, I just wanted to say that we wanted the very best for our people, and that's evidenced by us being here in your home tonight, Eric. Thank you for being such a great host and representing.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Network Marketing Pro. This is truly a guy that I've always looked up to, and I just had a feeling someday we might have the privilege to at least talk to some people together, but I know that you're doing your thing around the world, and give us an update. Now, you just got back from Europe.
Yeah, I just got back from Europe. I leave on Monday to Poland, Krakow, Poland, for 37,000 people, and then I get back for a week and I go to Sao Paulo, Brazil, and I'm back for a week. I don't know where I'm going, but bouncing around the world, trying to help as many people become network marketing professionals as we possibly can. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. So
awesome.
My passion is to raise the level of professionalism and raise the skills inside of network marketing. That's the key.
Well, none better.
Yeah.
None better. It's a privilege. Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right, well, let's get going because we're going to start off and I'm going to share some things with you. First of all, wanted a company that had a vision that was bigger than all of us. There wasn't a lot of ego, no entitlement, no do me, but rather service is greater than salesmanship. And not everybody likes to sell or wants to be sold, but everyone can serve, and it works all of the time. A company that understood that that God gives us talents and we make them a skill, and a lot of people die with a lot of talent and no skill. So here it's about a lethal skill set as well. Not only just being a good human being, but understanding the importance of developing your skill sets. And fortunately, I'm sitting next to the best with regards to that business training and teaching people the skill and magnifying the skills that come in this profession. And so no one does it better than Eric. So what a privilege that is. So tonight, my goal was to narrate a little bit what the Uforia narrative is. Been doing it a while, and I always like to see something that nobody has fully done. And tonight, we hope to introduce to you something that is really groundbreaking, that's historic, that perhaps will become to supplement companies what Amazon has become to retail outlets. And the question is, where will you be in the tipping point of Uforia? So let's get started. The first thing, you can see our logo. It looks pretty happy and pretty confident. You can see it on my hat. This is the first swag hat. And we wanted a playful environment as well. We're going to be serious. We're going to be professional. We're going to go out and do the business, but we're also going to have fun when we do it. If you're not having fun, it's not worth it. So I like to have fun. So I look forward to this venture with all of you. Next, please. This is just play stuff. Oh, did you get... So first of all, the vision is to create a human experience, an extreme human experience in an extreme scientific environment. What we're going to talk about tonight has a lot to do with the importance of each and every human being, but it also has a lot to do with scientific validation, probably as heavy as we've possibly seen in a long time in this industry, if ever. So there'll be an extreme of both here. The purpose is to illuminate the uniqueness of each and every human being, provide tailored solutions for everybody, and build a strong, sustainable business platform in our profession. Thanks. Get on the roller coaster. The tagline is being you never felt better. And, you know, the funny thing about discovering who we are and understanding that there never has been, never will be someone as beautiful and as unique as you. Once we understand that that is life-giving, that is wellness, that trying to imitate or be someone else is actually disease at some point. And so the whole idea here is about completely owning and stepping into who we are, each and every one of us. But in order to do so, we want to share with you kind of the technology that we'll be sharing and some of the ideas we have around the marketing. First, we have to talk about the history of nutrition. And what I'm about to share with you is I'm guilty of. First of all, roughly 7 or 8 decades, we've done what we're calling blind nutrition. Blind nutrition is try this. Here, try this. What do you think? Do you feel anything? And how many of us have that expensive, wasteful, potentially toxic roulette health pantry that costs a lot of money, and we can find it right now, and it's got every promise under the sun, and we've spent a lot of money building up that blind nutrition in our pantries. I have that. I know many of you have that. Our whole thing is that's the last 7 or 8 decades. Next is target nutrition. And this is still guesswork. And this is where people sort of mimic the idea of we're going to do some DNA and blood work, and then they just send you one size fits all nutrition. They might say it's individual, but it's not. It's still one size fits all. Does that mean it's toxic? Does that mean it's your malnutrition? We don't know, but one thing we're pretty clear about is one size does not fit all. What I might need is something different than what you might need. So we call that target, still a guessing game. And then finally, what we're bringing to the marketplace here tonight is what we're calling designer nutrition. And designer nutrition is basically science-based. It's exclusive and proprietary, and it's exclusive and proprietary, expired by you, only for you. And the whole thing here is that understanding that health is a habit, it's not an event. And for years and years, we've made health an event. But in the end of the day, it's really the little things we do that accumulate, compounded over time, that equate to health and wellness or sickness and disease. Next. Uforia has 3 simple steps. It starts with a lab. So the first thing you want to do is get your U-Start kit, and it comes with a swab, and you get to swab this side with one swab and swab this side with another swab. Next step is you go to a site that's a separate and independent site, because the lab is HIPAA certified and CLIA certified, and all of the information through the lab is kept confidential, never sold, never shared, never seen by anyone but you. So you go to register at ustart.com and you order your lab test as you send your samples off to the lab. Next, in your starter kit comes a pack called the Pretrition. And Pretrition is what you take as a mild and gentle prep formula, if you will. Call it a mild, gentle cleanse, nothing strong, but really preparing you for your own formula that's going to come to you in a matter of 2 to 4 weeks. So while you're pairing with your own personal formula, this is the time that you'll be doing Pretrition and getting on the plan, preparing the body for your very own nutritional formula. So again, to give you some visual, this is what the kit is going to look like. This is a rendering here. It includes a Pretrition prep formula, which you'll see some instructions there. There's your Pretrition coming out. And then you can see the swabs that are there. And by the way, inside comes prepaid return envelope that you can send off to the lab. It's ready. You just put your test in there, send it off to the lab. Everything is prepaid and quick. And because we are able to, let's just say we've aligned ourselves with this lab pretty darn good, we get to control the turnaround times. So the turnaround times are going to be significantly faster than if you were just go out there on the street and do something not only faster, but more cost efficient as well. Inside this, you'll also get a $100 discount coupon for you to share with people that you prospect to get a discount when they go on and they order their lab test. So you're going to hold all the cards with regards to value, with regards to attraction, as well as duplication. Step 2 is the lab. This, of course, what they do is they specialize in DNA tests. There's what's called 18 genetic SNPs. What that means is this. These 18 genetic SNPs are what's called the heavy lifting measurements of things like your bone density and vitamin D and things to do with your heart and your brain and your nervous system, etc. These are what's called the heavy lifting ones. That this is what's the lab is going to test regarding your DNA swabs. As I mentioned earlier, the lab is HIPAA certified, it's CLIA certified, which means they adhere to the highest standards of laboratory testing. Your information is private, secure, it's kept within our use safe, it's never to be shared or sold. Some people want to know, well, what do the genetic SNPs look like? It's pretty technical. We don't want to get too technical. We want to keep this very simple, but in case you're interested in seeing, this is a list of some of them, at least 12 of the 15. And imagine when you're going through the website and you're learning more and more about Uforia, and you want to drill down. Let's say you're one of the more inquisitive types. We don't want to overwhelm people with this information, but we do want to make it available. So when you go to the genes and you want to look at these genetic SNPs, imagine being able to click on any of these and seeing a 15-second description only of what that SNP is. So that's part of the marketing in the overall website that you'll see in the future. But here's an example of one. Let's click on one here.
The vitamin D receptor gene influences the body's ability to efficiently use vitamin D. So healthy bone density and strength are actually influenced by the VDR gene. So think about this, our bodies are constantly creating new bone, right? This is known as formation, as well as breaking down bone called resorption. So formation outpaces resorption until maximum bone density and strength is reached. This is around age 30 when resorption slowly starts to begin exceeding bone formation. So individuals with a SNP in the VDR gene can actually benefit from supplementation with Uforia to help support optimal calcium absorption, healthy bone mineral density, and overall bone health.
Awesome. So that's just an example of one of the short videos to explain what the individual genetic SNPs are. For the people who are inquisitive, I don't recommend everybody get to be an expert on the subject. You don't need to be. All you need to be is on the product and have your test done. As far as the ingredients that are used in our overall formulas, we're approaching 100 plant-based, peer-reviewed ingredients, plus vitamins and minerals. So you can see kind of the list here of some of them, but it is extraordinary. In order to make the cut of the ingredient list here, this is kind of a raw food, raw ingredient, concentrated ingredient, and you can see all the different ingredients, but in order to make the cut, there had to be minimum of two, peer-reviewed studies per ingredient. So there's an example of only some of them. Next. So between the test of the different genetic SNPs and all of the different ingredients, believe it or not, it'll produce nearly 400 million unique and different formulas. And the question is, which one is for you? And so we name this product Nutrition. It's science-based designer nutrition inspired by you, and it's only for you. So very, very fun technology, very, very playful, very, very groundbreaking in terms of history and what's out there today. This is very unique, and just because you're also very, very unique. The intellectual property, this is kind of fun. Look at this. This has been actually over a decade of research and design by different doctors and scientists. Many champions have contributed to this intellectual property that Uforia owns. So the intellectual property, the design, the engineering, a dedicated team of professionals, and we call this the one and only in the world. You can see just a small picture of what's called the Nutritionator. So when your DNA comes through the lab, what it does is it goes through the intellectual property. And that intellectual property produces a barcode and your name. And your name is then scanned on the Nutritionator so that your formula can be created just for you. On your product itself, it will say your name on it. So kind of cool when it's all said and done. One of the terminologies we want to use, there's a phrase out there called epigenetics. And we made up our own word because we want to create our own language if we can here called immunetics. And here's the thing, I want to make sure that you all understand, we don't want to get out there naming diseases. We don't want to make claims. We don't want to be irresponsible. We don't want to be desperate. We want to be service-oriented people with the knowledge and understanding that we're creating a sustainable business, we're creating a sustainable home and a culture that really challenges each of us to show up every second of every day. Energy doesn't lie, and we're going to show up every second of every day and be amazing human beings, because that's what this company calls out in each and every one of us. So Immunetics is not about making claims. Here's why. The products don't heal anybody. The body has an intelligence to heal. The body will perform miracles by the minute when we learn how to honor and edify its intelligence. It'll actually reverse engineer wellness. It already knows. It is the authority on your wellness. And finally, Uforia gives your body a voice. So listen, the ignorant might ask, what will this product do for my body? That's the old way, guys. That's the old school. That's the desperation, in my opinion, even crossing the line of making claims. The wise, however, will anticipate what their bodies will do with this product. So that's kind of how we're going to move forward here and use responsible language. So there's a video that's just come out today, and this is, I think this kind of sums it all up. It's called The One for You. So watch this video. It's just short, 2 minutes.
Your DNA makes you unique. You have one genetic code, only one body. You don't need everybody's nutritional supplements. You can have your own. Cut your losses and move on. The days of blind nutrition are over. Your DNA knows exactly what you need, and Uforia delivers it. Welcome to your very own designer nutrition. We're all potentially susceptible to certain physical ailments based on variations in our genes passed down from our parents. These genetic variations are called SNPs, or single nucleotide polymorphisms. We aren't able to eliminate SNPs from our DNA, but we can do something about them. We can take action to optimize our physical health. It begins with a simple DNA test. Swab the inside of your cheek and mail your sample to Uforia's state-of-the-art laboratory partner for analysis. Strict HIPAA guidelines are always followed, so your information remains confidential and secure. Based on your DNA results, a one-of-a-kind nutritional formula is created just for you. This is your very own Utrition, designed from peer-reviewed plant-based ingredients plus vitamins and minerals. With so many high-quality ingredients and so many of us, every formula is truly unique. Each custom formula is one out of nearly 400 million possible combinations. And while your Utrition is being customized, you can immediately begin to make your health a habit. Every Uforia starter kit not only comes with a DNA test, it also includes a Pretrition formula. This is a mild and gentle cleanse. It also supports the body's preparation for the optimal Uforia experience. The Pretrition formula contains a robust combination of quality active ingredients, including AC11, frankincense, and astaxanthin. Pretrition gives your body a fresh start. You'll be prepared when your customized Utrition arrives, which takes approximately 2 to 4 weeks, delivered right to your door. You'll receive a 30-day supply of your customized formula, along with a detailed action plan that explains what you need to know about your SNPs. Staying on track to meet your nutritional needs for the rest of your life has never been easier. You can receive your customized designer Utrition delivered to your door every month, all for less than the cost of buying the nutritional ingredients separately. Finally, everyone's unique biology meets one-of-a-kind technology. Your DNA is talking, and Uforia gives your body a voice.
Awesome. So that is all live. And by the way, tonight, EuforiaScience.com goes live, and you'll be able to see that. Thank you for the comments. For those of you who are commenting, thank you, Jonathan. So what's next? So first of all, here's some of the pricing that we're going to have. Sorry, I couldn't see that here. So it starts out with a UStart DNA test kit. You can see the price of $159.95. Next is the lab analysis, a one-time fee of $199. We mentioned also that there's coupons that come in those kits that you can give out to bring that price from $199 to $99. So you're controlling the cards here. And then the Utrition powder monthly is $159 and 100 points. And of course, we're going to engage in conversation and training. One of those conversations is called the U of You. Some of you are familiar with it, some of you are not, but it's the conversation that really illuminates it's designed to illuminate each and every one of us. Membership fee is going to include all the greatest bells and whistles for back office, for apps, all the things that you want to see, replicated sites, etc. Many of you know that I'm very, this company is perfectly designed in that it really lends itself to the conversation of uniqueness and beauty. I believe that motivation is not a bad word. I just think it's for the uninspired. Think of the windows in your life that you were inspired. The first time you fell in love, where you would bring flowers on foot for 3 miles, nothing could stop you. The first time you bought a car, you worked 2, 3, or 4 jobs, nothing could stop you. Think of the time you bought your first house, etc., etc. Think of those windows in your life where you could not be stopped. And if you think about it, when you're inspired, you can't be stopped. Unfortunately, they're just little windows in our life. Why can't we live a sustainable life of inspiration? And I believe that inspiration is nothing more than a reuniting of our purposes and our dreams, and really specifically living inside of those things, not on the outside. Living inside of those is life-giving. Living outside of those, in many ways, is sadness. So the whole conversation in Euphoria is to help people understand this, and here's why. A person who has forgotten their self-worth, who has lost that, they often settle for lesser relationships. They settle for lesser dietary choices. They settle for lesser money and jobs. But that doesn't have to be the case. So if we don't help people understand and see their beauty, then it's hard for them to see the value of what we're bringing in the marketplace. So it's going to be a hand-in-hand conversation from top to bottom. For that reason, we've created what's called, excuse me, next, got a little bit ahead, next, what's called the U series. And the U series is social media reinforcement, if you will, more cultural clips that would lend itself to the product conversation, or it would lend itself to the human conversation. And so we wanted to create an idea where we took elements in nature that mirror us, that are beautiful, where there's no two alike. So we looked at themes such as unique or beautiful or powerful or divine or purposeful or radiant, all of these different things, and we looked around nature to find those things. We're calling it the U series. The first one, some of you have seen, it's just 59 seconds long, features sand. If you look here on this picture here, that is sand under a microscope. There's over 8 quadrillion, something like that, grains of sand on the planet, and there's no two alike. And if you look up close, they're beautiful, they're colorful. They all have different characteristics, just like us. So let me show you a sample of the first video.
Perspective. How do you see the world? You see the world, but can you see you? Not just the beach, but the single grain of sand. Not just 7 quintillion grains, but the individual one. Not just coarse and rough, but gentle. Taking a moment to notice can give us a lifetime of perspective. You and the grain of sand. Plentiful. Purposeful. Unapologetically unique.
Awesome. Moving forward to highlight the idea of radiance. Stars. If you've ever Googled stars, the content or what makes up a star, believe it or not, it's the same exact components that make up you and I. We are made of star stuff. They shine, they're radiant, they're bright, just like you and me. There's no two alike. Next. You know, beautiful and love is powerful. We all know that. Butterflies, there's no two alike. They're gentle, they're transformational. Next. I love this one. The idea of a leaf. If you ever look up the purpose of a leaf, they come into this planet to do nothing but dictate the environment they're in. Kind of like leaders do, right? So there's no two leaves alike, and every year, right before our eyes, they die for their cause. Beautiful. How many of us would love to have a cause that deep? Next. Powerful, strength, the idea of shells and what they're designed to do, protect and be strong, and they have a clear intention from the get. And there's no two alike, and they're absolutely beautiful. Next. Love this one, snowflakes. I think scientists are still trying to articulate and define what water is, much less a snowflake. There's no two alike. They're beautiful in their shapes and sizes and formations. They're divine, the inexplainable. Something bigger than all of us so we don't get in the way. Something bigger than you so you don't get in the way, and me. Let's show this video. I think this one is done already.
Modern technology wasn't so modern when it gave us the first images of snowflakes. For the first time, we saw the beauty of nature's creation, and the secret was revealed. No matter how many times we look, no matter how many snowflakes we see, when the same atoms, the same molecules that give us so much frozen white wonder come together, no two snowflakes are exactly the same. Each snowflake created by random design of Mother Nature's chance. Each one created by divine choice. Just like all of us, made up of the same elements, the same molecules, yet each one uniquely different. You and the snowflake, unique by chance, divine by choice.
Awesome. So you can see that there's a plan in place to really holistically articulate and express the culture, the vision, the business of Uforia. Of course, all of this is building up to the miracle, and that's each and every one of us. There never has been, never will be someone as beautiful and as unique as you. Sometimes we just forget. The only sustainable you is the authentic you. The only successful you is the authentic you. And at this company, that's going to be the conversation, is you. Okay, next. Even though I'm a little nervous, you know, because I want this to be such a beautiful expression for all of us, just for each and every one of us. I'm couching this as arguably the most significant wellness offering in history. And not to say that from the mountaintop from a place of ego, but from a place of facilitating a good conversation around that. I've just never seen anything quite like this. And the more you look into the marketing and the websites and the videos and the compensation, everything is designed and tailored around the services in which we provide. So this is going to be extremely special. What's next? Oh, so obviously this is going to be very customer driven, but when you become a member, we're calling them a nutritionist. And by definition, a nutritionist is somebody who discovers their beauty and their uniqueness, and they step into it and own it. Therefore, they become a mirror for the world to do the same. That's what a nutritionist is. It could be a community service project. It could be a wellness offering. It could be a business conversation. Whatever it happens to be, nutritionists take a stand for the world in that conversation. Next. So as we move forward, and before we get into the fun stuff here, tonight's theme is called the Euphoria Rush. Nobody's spending any money right now, nothing. It's all about positioning in the company and just really casting your vote and getting in on the front end of something that I think is revolutionary and not like the standard typical things we hear in this industry, but something that's real and tangible, sustainable, and groundbreaking. There's a lot of creative energy behind this company. There's a lot of fundamentals that are set up around this company, and there's a lot of magic, and you're going to hear from the magic here in just a second. But Euphoria Rush begins tonight, and the way that'll work is you'll get 5 invites. This is not spending money, and they each have a countdown ticker. If you look on the screen here, you can see that they're 24 hours. That's how, and they start counting down the second they're activated. And so let's say you start with 5. As soon as you send those 5 out to your people and they're clicked and spoken for, you're issued then 10 invitations. And as soon as those are clicked and spoken for, 15. As soon as those are clicked and spoken for, 25, and then 25, and then 25. So for the next 30 days, we will engage in what we're calling the Uforia Rush. And the website, the landing page, goes live tonight, and you'll be able to see the exact strategy and the mojo of what Uforia is bringing to the marketplace. And you'll see it all float out beautifully tonight live. I think it's even live right now. Okay, don't leave. Okay, so Uforia Rush begins tonight, so stay tuned because those are being initiated tonight, and it's going to be a frenzy for the next 30 days. Next. So here's the timeline. Right now is a Uforia Rush. It begins tonight, and it goes, go ahead, starts tonight. Next is what we're going to do, all the swabbing and the ordering of the starter kits. That's going to be on October 10th. We're going to do a fly-in to Dallas, Texas on November 11th, and then we're going to have an official pre-launch on January 11th and 12th in Las Vegas, and it's going to be quite a party when we do all this. And so we're going to communicate to you as we kind of build up this Uforia Rush. We'll give you autoresponders and give you cues moving forward, but tonight was just basically to bring it to the conversation, bring it to surface, sweat a bunch of bullets, and just articulate the message best I can tonight, in spite of the nerves that are come with this tonight. And the nerves are really an honor and respect towards you. I just want this to be special for each and every one who sees us tonight. So with that, I think one of the reasons why I'm most excited is if I had a magic wand and I could say, hey, who would I like to lock arms with in some conversation? One would be LaCour Enterprise for all the logistics. I've partnered with LaCour Enterprise for all logistics and back end here. Couldn't be happier. 2 would be to go out and find the best training I possibly can and then bring it to our leadership. And we did that. And we found the best, we got the best, and in Eric Worre. So with that, Eric, thank you so much for hosting us in your home tonight. You and Marina have been nothing but just beautiful and wonderful for all of us. Talk about what the people can look forward to because we're so excited for this.
Yeah, here's the interesting thing. Ron and the whole Uforia team approached me a short while ago and asked the question, basically told me the story that you're going to be creating a custom experience for people's nutrition, for their bodies to be able to express themselves the best possible way, best science, best everything. But you wanted to make a similar commitment, and it's, I mean, the commitment, the investment is huge on the product development, the science, and everything else. Wanted to make a similar commitment to the training because the field leadership is such a big deal. And I was impressed by that because I travel around the world. I'm a generic network marketing ambassador, trainer, advocate. I'm your friend. If you're in network marketing, I'm your friend. I travel around the world. I speak to about 250,000 people a year. I have about 5 million people every week watch or consume the content that I put out online. I know what's going on. I know what's and I get brought into companies all the time that have already developed maybe a troubled culture and they need to shift the culture, or they don't have enough focus on leadership development. So they need to kind of catch up because their sales got in front of the leadership and they've kind of outgrown their supply lines a bit. So what Ron suggested or talked about was this idea of having me assist in the field development aspect of this new company. Help people develop the mindset, overcome their limiting beliefs and their doubts and their fears, help them develop the skills, because I'm a firm believer that if you develop the skills, you'll build confidence and you'll take more action and you'll get better results. But it really comes down to skills. If you do that, that'll help your attitude, help everything else. So skills are really big. That's why I pound on skills in GoPro. And then strategy. How do you maximize the time that you have with the skills that you have and the opportunity that you have in order to be able to do the best? And a lot of leadership development oriented aspects of things and coaching and consulting that I do around the world. So let me make it clear. I'm not officially a part of the company. I'm still in Network Marketing Pro doing my thing. I'm not a distributor and I'm not a company owner and I'm not going to be. I'm going to be a third-party resource to invest in you. Here's the cool thing. Working together, I can help and assist in developing an amazing culture from day one.
Yep.
Creating great skills and training from day one, leadership development from day one. And that's going to take place in a couple different ways. One is I'll provide the insights that I have from my experiences around the world to Ron and the corporate team to be able to implement whatever they see fit. I'll also, all the courses that I provide online, they've made a huge investment to make those courses available to the Uforia distributors. And third, at the events, I travel around and I speak at events. I'll be there at the Uforia events from day one. Most new companies can't afford to bring us in until they're a certain level, but these guys have made the commitment right out of the gate in order to be able to do this. So I'm excited about helping, assisting in the growth of this new venture. I'm really impressed with Ron and the management team.
Even tonight.
Yeah, I'm impressed with you guys because they really care. They really want to create a great experience. They've invested millions and millions of dollars in the infrastructure and the science in order to be able to make this happen. And they're stepping up in a really big way. I mean, they're putting on the big boy, big girl pants. And they're saying, okay, let's develop a really awesome culture in the sales force. Because here's the truth. Truth is this. There's companies out there in network marketing with substandard products that have great field leadership and great culture. And they thrive even with substandard products.
And we all wonder how.
Yeah, they do it because the leadership in the field is such a huge asset. And then there's other companies that have that have great products and not that great leadership, and they struggle.
Yep.
Amazing products, but they haven't really made the investment in developing the field, so they struggle. So this combination, I'm impressed that they're willing to do this at this point. Those of you that decide to get involved with them, you're gonna get an ongoing experience where you're gonna step into the mindset and skills and strategy necessary to succeed.
Beautiful. Well said. Well, we're really privileged and honored, Eric. You're just really
my pleasure. My pleasure.
And we understand your position, and we're just grateful to be involved and to really take a stand for the people that are on here and the more that are going to be coming in the near future.
Yeah.
It's funny that over the years when I've looked at companies, you kind of look at the company is only as strong as its weakest point. And at Uforia, what we're trying to do is just have the best in every respective area. And as you look through the site tonight and you watch the videos and you see the messaging, everything is fresh. And I think that what we were missing is that like world-class, the best when it
Nobody's
comes to
ever
training.
done this from day one.
So guys,
it's something kind of unique.
Yeah, every piece of the pie on this, look for yourselves, is lights out. It is. And so I'm just really humbled, grateful, honored to be able to carry this with you or invite you to our table and help in the way that you can help and assist us, as you put it. So folks, you just heard it. We're starting tonight. So go to euforiascience.com, check out the landing page, go to Facebook, Uforia Science, check out what's going on there, get in the loop. The next 30 days is Uforia Rush, no spending, only positioning. They all have 24-hour tickers on them. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Allow us to serve you, allow us to lock arms with you where we do it all together. Allow me to get through the sweat of tonight because the work already speaks for itself. I think tonight I'm the weak link because I'm just excited and nervous. So some of you who know me know that that's kind of not normal, but tonight it's based on really just gratitude. So let me express my love and gratitude. I work with an amazing team. The things that you see tonight and hear and watch, come from a spectacular group of talent who love this company and who love this industry and who are taking a stand for you tonight. So let the games begin. This is the time to put the Uforia rush on, and we're excited to work with you. Should you have any issues or questions, send questions to support@uforiascience.com. support@uforiascience.com. So, Eric, thanks again.
My
Thanks for being
pleasure.
on. Uforia,
Go get them, everybody.
being you never felt better. Thank you, guys. Good night.